You guys, I sucked a dick today. Hashtag humble brag. I'm just kidding. Hashtag proud. Hashtag proud. I heard from my therapist today too, Kelly. He told me I was a compulsive liar and that I should stop pretending I have a therapist. I do tell the truth. The truth is this show is amazing. I'm having a great time. You guys, I get to perform on the show and not pay $7 to see it. That's what I bragged to my dad about today when he asked how my career was going. I was like, well, I already have the light. Great, perfect, because I don't have any jokes. I just moved back to New York from Texas. I was working on a reality show. You're welcome.
Woo! Go back.
You guys are like, why can't I have more ruining my society? And like, I'm trying to do just... I moved to Soho, which is like, you know, yeah, and it's way too fashionable for me, I think. But it's exciting. Like, Maybelline stopped me in the street for a fashion shoot. They were like, can you please get out of the way? I was like, I guess I can. I'm just, they're like, it's just, you know, you're like short and on your face. So I was like, oh, sorry about that. I was going to get a nose job, but it's cheaper to blind everyone I meet, so. Look out! I'm gonna blind you! What if I just blinded people from here on out? This is a performance art space, right? You guys don't mind losing your eyes for art, right? Woo! Then you'll have an amazing story. How'd you lose your sight? Oh, I'm so cool. I live in New York. That's what you can tell your father on next Father's Day. This is to Jameson. If I'm gonna be empty on the inside, so are you. Okay. I have a roommate from Craigslist, and she has compulsive disclosure disorder. That's not on the DSM-4, but you guys have clearly met someone like, is when you say way too much about yourself. But like when she was moving in, she told me immediately that she was a virgin by the time she graduated high school, and now she only fucks professional hockey players. And the thing is, I'm like, this is all like very interesting. So not to change the subject, but do you ever shut the fuck up? Like, what are you talking about? Like I know that even though she's very beautiful, she's very insecure, and that's not a judgment I made about her. She said, even though I'm very beautiful, I'm very insecure. I was like, you don't know what both of those words mean. Both of them. I think we'll get along fine just as long as she doesn't find out I do comedy in basements. As long as she doesn't come there. She's actually moving out at the end of June, so if anyone's looking for a room or has a prescription for Adderall, I'm trying to say I steal her Adderall. Okay, I have before I got here, someone asked me if I'd ever read the book God Before Heaven. And I was like, I knew the answer was no by the time you got to the word book. Because I haven't read it. I have a attention deficit disorder. Do any of you have you have that fake disease, you too? You know, fine, the symptoms are there, but it's so, like, the name is so accusatory. Like, you can pay attention. I'm like, maybe it's just that nothing anyone ever says is as interesting as what's going on inside my head. You know, right? Like, as far as I'm concerned, you have attention deficit disorder because you can't hold my attention. Because you're fucking boring. Like, they've made a pill to make me listen to you, but they haven't made a pill to make you worth listening to. You know? But there is a drug for that, but it's not in the shape of a pill. It's in the shape of a mushroom. How about you? Recommend? Someone gave me an ADD self-help book, and it was 500 pages long. For realsy, it's called I'm Not Lazy, Stupid, or Crazy. And I'm like, well, you must be all three to write a book for people with ADD that's 500 pages long. What's wrong? Like it's, thank you so much for ruining my self-esteem like my dad on my 18th birthday. Good job. I'm just kidding. He loves me. I'm not a failure. Here's the point. If they wanted that book to help, they should have made like an ADD pamphlet. You know, or a pop-up book, or, I don't know, publish like the same information, but in the first 7 pages of 30 different books. Right? I'd have gotten to those eventually. Like, I got books bookmarking other books. That's the I did high school. Did you guys do high school?
Yeah.
They made me take English, and in English class, I had to write an argument paper, and that's where you pick an argument, and you pick a side of that, and you write a paper, and that's your paper. And so I picked fertility drugs as anti-fertility drugs. It was, you know, just if you can't procreate naturally, you know, then nobody needs you or your science fiction baby, you know. Like, flush your needs down the toilet. We don't. Yeah, and this is mad. You know, like I was in high school and nobody liked me. You know, I was like, it was kind of fat. It wasn't as fat as those people have to dress up like vampires, but. You know, I was in trouble, and high school fat, and so I'm just like angrily writing this paper. My dad looks over my shoulder and he starts laughing at me, and I'm like, "What's so funny?" And he's like, "Well, Myka, if it weren't for fertility drugs, you wouldn't be here." I didn't know that, and I was like, "You serious? Like, I'm a fertility baby? Like that's why I'm alive?" And he's like, "Yes." And I was like, "Whoa. You just gave me my closing argument." If it weren't for fertility drugs, I wouldn't be stuck on this miserable planet where I don't know the circumstances surrounding my existence until I'm already writing an argument paper against it for English class. Print! I just wrote that out by hand and then printed. What? What? Do you guys like cocaine? Oh, take that laughter as a yes. I don't understand its popularity. I didn't even have fun the last 200 times I did it. Yeah. You guys, I think I might be lonely. That's not the punchline. I was walking through the park today and I tried to pet a bird. What is wrong with me? Like, a sparrow landed on the fence next to me and I just reached out for it like I'm Snow White or something. Like that's fine. Like, you know, I'm not alone. I'm just in the woods and all creatures. No, yeah, and it flew away, of course. You know, like everyone. I'm not Snow White. Like it flies away. I look over. There's like some dude who's like using his fat thighs to like jerk off like this, and then like some meth addict looks up with his like bony claw, and I'm like, still got it, still got it. Snow White was kind of lonely though, right? She wouldn't even live without making out with a dude. Don't blame her. 7 dwarves is enough, I know. I've been through 3 and I have paid my dues. 5 foot 10 and up for this girl. You guys are like, you're losing me. No, you're with me. Oh my god, wait. Oh, this will totally lose you. I had a different roommate who's even worse. He didn't appreciate me. I came home and he's sitting on my couch and I walk in and he says, "How's it going?" And there's a standard reply to "how's it going," right? Is "I'm good" or "fine," right? That's what you're supposed to say, and then that's like a fake conversation and you're not people. But I didn't do that, right? He had come in and he said, "How's it going?" And you know, I wasn't gonna lay it all on him, but I wanted to give him something that was like, you know. So I thought about it and I said, "Well, not so bad it hurts, but not so good it pays." Thank you! Thank you, right? That's brilliant! That's so good, right? And he looked at me like half of you did. Like I just said, you know, fine. And that wasn't cool with me, because I'm like, I dug in my creative well. Man, like I created something for you, and you're just looking at me like I said good or fine, and I'm in my room like fuming, you know, because I can't like be a psycho and be like, why didn't you like that thing I just said? I'm just going to talk about this later for years, and this was years ago. I'll never get over it, and I was trying to figure out like why wasn't he so thrilled. Why was he so thrilled with not so bad it hurts, not so good it pays? And it occurred to me, it's so good, he thinks it's a cliche. He thinks something people say, and that was just happened to be the first time he heard it. And it's not. And nobody ever thinks about where amazing cliches come from. They come from me. All right, they come from people like me. And I don't know what to do if I'm not going to get credit for it. I know it's petty to want credit, but I am petty. All right? This is all I got. I got a terrible roommate, and I got people telling me I'm not pretty enough to be the background of their picture. All right? All I got is this phrase, and if people are going to, I'm just going to have to walk around quoting myself. I think. Hey, Myka, how's it going? Oh, not so bad. It hurts, not so good. It pays. Myka Fox. Which is what Twitter is, I think, right? Yeah. Copyright Center for Egomaniacs. You guys, this is a good chance to follow me on Twitter. It's MYKAFOX. I'm brilliant. Right. Okay, all right, one last thing, and I'll get out of here. Oh, right, did you forget this was empty? I'm not an alcoholic. I do have a friend who definitely is, and she complains about blacking out all the time, which I think is crazy. She's like, blacking out's the worst part about drinking. I'm like, what about remembering when you get raped? This guy gets me. Seriously, like, for her, I think blacking out is the best part about drinking. I mean, most people drink to forget their problems. This girl's drinking so she doesn't know what they are in the first place. Am I right? Am I right? Okay, you guys are all freaking out because I said rape. Don't freak out. I am not pro-rape. Am I right? God, I actually have a very firm anti-rape policy. Rape me once. Shame on you! Rape me twice, I'm gonna get attached. Call me old-fashioned. Just call me, alright? Facebook. If your rapist is Facebooking you, that's when you should move to LinkedIn, right? Just get professional up in this bitch. I know I have to leave, but they hate me. I don't know what to do.
They love you.
I don't know what to do. I'm going to say one last thing that's totally offensive, and you guys can resist the urge to give me a standing ovation. Perfect. I called a suicide hotline the other day, and I wasn't going to kill myself. I just wanted to talk to somebody who had a worse life than I do. Like, that's the worst job that ever was. Like, I feel like they need to talk to somebody as much as the people who call in. And so I was just like, why would they? It's so sad. You know, so I call and they're like, oh, what's your problem? I'm like, no, what's your problem? Why do you do this? And the woman on the other line was actually very nice about it. And she was like, well, actually, most of the people who work at a suicide hotline have attempted suicide at one point in their lives themselves. And that, like, totally makes sense, you know, like those who can't do. Thank you guys so much.